Now, I can't be the only one going through Twitter last night and just being stunned at what was happening at the DW Stadium. Wigan 8, Hull 0. This got me thinking, what are the biggest defeats in Premier League history, not Championship history, so this won't be included. So, here's my list. Number 10, Arsenal 7, Everton 0 in 2005. Arsenal capped off an impressive season at Highbury in their final home game of the 2004-5 season, recording a 7-0 win over Everton, who'd go on to finish the season in fourth. 6 different players scored: Robin van Persie, Robert Pires with a brace, Patrick Vieira, Edu, Dennis Bergkamp and Matthew Fellaini. The Gunners finished second, some 12 points behind Man United, while Everton secured a Champions League player spot despite the thrashing. Not bad considering the departure of Wayne Rooney in summer 2004, months after they finished 17th. Number 9, Nottingham Forest 1, Manchester United 8 in 1999. Poor Forest. Man United recording their Premier League biggest ever away win at the City Ground in February 1999. Dwight Yorke could open the scoring inside 2 minutes. Alan Rodgers levelled up shortly after, but Andy Cole restored the advantage before 7 minutes on the clock. And yet, astonishingly, this game was only 2-1 at half-time. Even with 10 minutes to go, it was 4-1, after Yorke and Cole had both completed braces. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, a 72nd minute entrant, did his super sub tag for nothing and netted 4 in the final exchanges. It's still the record for a substitute. Ron Atkinson's Forest were relegated at the end of the season, and they've never been back since, while Alex Ferguson's side achieved the greatest season in English football history. Number 8, Middlesbrough 8, Man City 1 in 2008. A lot of 8s. When Sven-Göran Eriksson rocked up at the Riverside to face Middlesbrough on the final day of the 2007-8 season, his future already seemed decided after a shocking run of form after Christmas. City had been third in November before things suddenly went south, and so to their Teesside humiliation. Alphonso Alves scored a hat-trick, Stuart Downing got 2, while Adam Johnson, Fabio Rochenbank and Jeremy Alidair all helped themselves to goals in the final 20 minutes. The Eastlands outfit finished 9th, and Sven-Göran Eriksson was finally put out of his misery by owner, I'm not even going to pronounce that. Gareth Southgate's Borough ended 13th, but ended the next season in the relegation zone. Number 7, Chelsea 8, Wigan 0. Bit ironic that it's Wigan, actually. Chelsea knew a victory on their final day of the season would secure their first title since 2006. Suffice to say, they didn't muck about in getting this one done. Diego Drogba got a hat-trick, while Nicolas Anelka added 2 more, with Ashley Cole, Solomon Kalou and Frank Lampard also on the score sheet. Unsurprisingly, Wigan ended the season with a goal difference of -42, and this wasn't even the worst humbling of the campaign. Carlo Ancelotti's Chelsea began the first team in English history to score 7 goals or more on 4 occasions in a league season. They also became the first Premier League side to bag 100 goals in the season, putting away 103 in total. Number 6, Man City 8, Watford 0. One of 4 8-0 wins in Premier League history, but this time City were on the right end of a trouncing. The opening salvo was astonishing at the Etihad Stadium. David Silva scored after 52 seconds, and within 18 minutes they were 5-0 up, with goals from Sergio Aguero, Mahrez, Silva and Otamendi. Mercilessly for Watford, there was a breather, but the Hornets crumbled again within 3 minutes of the second half, which allowed a Bernardo Silva hat-trick on the hour mark. Kevin De Bruyne put the cherry on top of the cake with 5 minutes remaining to cap a masterful individual display. Number 4, Chelsea 8, Aston Villa 0 in 2012. Paul Lambert's Aston Villa suffered their biggest Premier League defeat in December at Stamford Bridge, and it could have been even worse had Lucas Piazon's not seen an 89th minute penalty saved. After a smashing 3-1 away win at Anfield a week earlier, the Villains went into this game full of confidence, which was quickly shattered when Fernando Alonso opened the scoring within 3 minutes, and David Luiz and Branislav Ivanovic added more before the break, while Frank Lampard and Ramirez, who got a brace, Oscar and Eden Hazard, got among the fun. It was the first and still the only time that 7 players from one team had scored in a Premier League match. The result was Rafa Benitez's biggest victory in English football, eclipsing the 6-0 win with Liverpool over Derby in 2007. Number 4, Newcastle 8, Sheffield Wednesday 0, 1999. Ruud Gullit resigned after Newcastle lost 4 of their first 5 Premier League games in the 1990-2000 campaign, paving the way for Bobby Robson to arrive on Tyneside in September. The Magpies had lost 2 more before this game, but made Bobby's St James's Park debut against the Sheffield Wednesday one to remember as the Gallowgate godfather pulled off a famous victory. 5 goals from Alan Shearer, yes 5, plus efforts from Aaron Hughes, Kieran Dyer and Gary Speed helped the Geordies kickstart their season, and they eventually finished 11th. Number 3, Tottenham 9, Wigan 1. They're back again in 2009. Tottenham finished the 4th in the 2009-10 season, meaning they qualified for Europe's elite competition for the first time since 1962. This result certainly did that achievement no harm, as they ended the campaign 3 points ahead of Man City. Let it be remembered that Spurs were only 1-0 ahead at half-time in this obliteration of a carefree Wigan. 42 minutes passed between Peter Crouch's 9th minute opener and Jermaine Defoe's first of 5 goals on this most profitable of afternoons at White Hart Lane. Aaron Lennon, David Bentley and Nico Crancher were also on target in North London. It was only the second time their Premier League side had scored 9 goals, and the third a player had netted 5 in a Premier League match. Wigan finished the season 6 points above the relegation zone by some miracle. Number 2, Manchester United 9, Ipswich 0 in 1995. It's largely forgotten now that Ipswich had beaten Man United 3-2 earlier that season, one of only 7 victories that campaign as they finished bottom and were relegated. The result, the Premier League's record defeat, was a little more befitting of their campaign, in which they finished 21 points from safety. Unlike a lot of trouncings in this list, the goals here were nearly spread throughout the game. The consistent helplessness from the tractor boys, if you will. Adam Cole helped himself to 5, Mark Hughes plundered 2, while Roy Keane and Paul Ince both added solitary strikes in what was United's biggest victory in 103 years. Blackburn claimed the title that season, with Fergie's men finishing second. Number 1, Southampton 0, Leicester 9 in 2019. You all know this is coming. A remarkable way to honour a remarkable man. A year ago on that weekend, Leicester lost their beloved chairman, Vichai Shrivadana after a horrific helicopter crash outside King Power Stadium. Here, with the visiting fans holding aloft white scarves in his honour, Fox's players did him justice with this devastating display on the South Coast. Southampton were on to a hiding in the 10th minute when Ben Chilwell slotted Leicester ahead, and in the same passage of play saw Ryan Bertrand sent off for a VAR-assisted decision. It was 3-0 inside 19 minutes, courtesy of efforts from Yuri Tillemans and Ayoze Perez, who ended the game with a hat-trick. James Maddison netted a wonderful 8th with a free kick, sandwiching hat-trick goals from Jamie Vardy, the last a stoppage time penalty, which befitted the all-time biggest Premier League away win. But anyway, guys, that's it. That's our list. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and follow us on Twitter for daily football news, and subscribe to my other channels on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.